With over 71,000 acres, Custer is home to one of the largest state parks in the country. And this year, Custer State Park is celebrating the 100th anniversary of bison being reintroduced into the park. Louis George joins us live now with more. Hey, Louis, good morning.
Hey, well, good morning, Elizabeth, and we are down here at Custer State Park. Don't worry, guys, don't worry. I went back and picked up Nate. I wouldn't leave him. I wouldn't leave him back as I'm having all the fun. But we are here. We're going on one of the Buffalo Jeep Safari tours that they have right down here in an open Jeep, guys. This is great. And with me now is Craig Pugsley of Custer State Park. And Craig, we're in this Jeep. This is fantastic. And this year's a big year for Custer State Park and the Buffalo down here. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it sure is, and we're happy to have you guys out here. This is the 100th anniversary of the reintroduction of bison, or commonly called buffalo, here in the Custer State Park. It was back in 1914 when the park acquired 36 head from the Scotty Phillip Ranch near Fort Pierre, and they rode by rail most of the way and then ox cart the rest of the way here to their new home in Custer State Park. And today the park has about 1,300 head of buffalo here in the park, and it's one of the largest publicly owned herds in the country. And you know, it's our #1 visitor attraction. We get about 1.8 million folks that come here each year, and the primary reason is to see the buffalo that we're out seeing today.
Yeah, and now Craig, so it sounds, I mean, like you said, 36 head of buffalo is what it started out on, and now up to around 1,300. So it sounds like they're really thriving down here in the Custer State Park.
Well, Custer State Park is, played an integral role in the repopulation of buffalo throughout the United States. Each year the park has a big roundup, which happens the last Friday in September, and part of the reason for that is to bring in the herd and sort off the surplus that we sell that third Saturday in November. So we have buyers from all over the United States and Canada that come in each year and buy 300 to 500 head of buffalo from us that we have for sale, and that helps repopulate the bison population throughout the United States. And they were once faced with extinction. Today there's around 500,000, and the park has played an integral role in helping that out.
All right, guys, one of the best way to see these buffaloes is in one of these safari Jeep tours that we're on right now. And Casey here has been a driver for a long time. Casey, do you love your job? Do you like this?
I do. It's a great job to have.
Yeah, guys, this has been so much fun. Guys, we're going to keep searching, kind of keep looking for some buffalo. Oh, in fact, we're actually coming up on some buffalo right here. Nate, if you go out of this side window, we actually have some buffalo coming up on them right now. I don't know if you see this. We found some buffalo, guys, and this is the one thing that's great about these tours. As you're coming in, buffalo are all over the place, and they have the guides with the knowledge that can take you and find these buffalo, and they know kind of the secret spots. So there's some right now. Casey, we got some buffalo right here. Guys, this is awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss the break right now. We're going to stay here. We're here in Custer doing the Buffalo Jeep tours. With me now is Casey. We have two buffalo just off to our side here. Casey, now, just real quick, are these male or females we have out here?
These are both males here.
Okay, and how can you tell this, Casey?
You can tell by the size of their head. Males have much bigger heads than females.
All right, and so guys, we've been driving around a little this morning. We've seen these two buffaloes, but on Monday I actually came down here and I was able to do an entire Jeep tour, and we were able to see a whole lot of buffalo. Can you think of a better way to spend the day than in Custer State Park, cruising the back roads, the wind blowing through your hair, the sun shining on your face, and your eyes fixed on the beautiful scenery, looking for the park's most famous animal, the buffalo?
So we run our Buffalo Safari Jeep tours daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They run about an hour and a half to 2 hours long.
Our tour began at 10 o'clock, and we immediately spotted a few male buffalo just off the side of the road. Now, these buffalo could be easily spotted by anyone who's driving by. However, the advantage of the guided tours, the Jeep have the ability to take you places where your vehicle cannot get to.
Certainly coming out on your own is a wonderful experience to come out and drive that wildlife loop, but the Jeep Safari is going to give you that guide. In that open air Jeep, they can also go off-road, whereas the standard vehicle has to stick to the wildlife loop. The Jeep Safari can go and take specific off-roads, take you to those lesser-known scenic spots that only they can get to.
The experience of being in the middle of a herd was amazing, but this is just part of the trip. As we toured the park, we learned the history of the buffalo, along with the history of the park itself. So overall, this trip comes highly recommended.
I liked it because it had a lot of wildlife and a lot of good stuff. I liked it because you got to get really close to the bison and you got to see the elk.
Guys, and it's just like Aaron and Evan said that you saw there at the end, besides buffalo, you can see a lot of different other animals as well, and it is a whole lot of fun. So if you're able to come down to Custer State Park, do one of these buffalo Jeep tours, you will not be disappointed.